Okay, so feel free to pause the video when you need to copy this information down. So we have a cosine versus sine situation. So you're going to need to look at it and compare it to both the ratios of sine and cosine. Remember, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse versus sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse. And you need to pick which trig ratio you're going to use and what situation you're going to use, and then solve it. So you have to look at it and go, okay, based off of the information that I have here, am I going to be working with a cosine or a sine? And is it a situation 1, 2, or 3? You're going to do the same thing on number 2 here. You're going to say, okay, based on the situation that I'm given, am I given an adjacent and hypotenuse or an opposite and hypotenuse? And then what bit of information am I looking for? And there might be a subtle hint over here, but those are what you're going to be looking at on these ones. And we are numbers 1 through 9, so I am going to scoot it up so you can see the second part. So on numbers 4 through 6, so you can kind of see and get familiar. Again, are you looking at a situation of cosine or sine? And then which steps are you going to use to solve the missing information? And so remember, you have to use if it's a cosine situation of adjacent and hypotenuse, you have to use that ratio and those numbers and the cosine button on your calculator. If it's a sine situation of opposite and hypotenuse, then when you're working with it, make sure you're using the sine button. So you're going to be working through those problems and solving them.